Okay, I think it had three screens. This is live on Facebook, and this screen is live on Instagram, and this screen is live on Facebook. So, ladies and gentlemen, my name is Victor, aka MJ, and I want to talk to you about the 100-degree challenge. So, this is my public peer review. I don't know which one to look at, so um, if I'm not looking at you particularly. But this is a public peer review of the question: is it possible that we're spiritual beings having a human experience? So, what I do to answer this question from a logical standpoint is instead of digging through all the minutiae to go into all of the teachings and all of the belief systems and all of the dogma and all of the religions, I've decided to let's go backwards to the person that's asking these questions. So the way water is seen. So this is a play on us asking the questions of ourselves internally and having a change of state, a change of heart, or a change of perspective in ourselves. Just like water change of state, we have another state of ourselves, a higher state. And this is the awareness that we are indeed spiritual beings having a human experience. And the whole idea is to show that this is possible. From there, it opens up a whole lot of possibilities. So you can go to victorbang.com/100 and you can see the challenge, and it's just laid out. This is just the first iteration of it. So there's no script to this, we're just putting this all together. So you're going to kind of see as I lay it out kind of what it needs to be. All right, so that's the challenge basics. So I'm just going to go through this, and if there's any questions that I see on any of these lives, I'll answer them. But just let me go through them, and you can see that it's really not that hard, not that difficult. And there are some people that would be like, "Yeah, this is common sense. I know this." You'd be surprised how many people don't really ask these type of questions or do this type of thing. All right, so let's begin. So the whole basics of this is to say, what can we agree on as facts? So these are all things that we can just agree on as facts. So I don't want to dive into any of these rabbit holes. I'm just going to say, are these facts? I want to see where this takes us and where these questions lead us, right? So we're just going to say, are these things, do these things exist? And I'm not going to go into the detail and read everything that you'll see online, but I'll just say whether the experience of why I believe this is true. And then we'll move past that, right? So intelligence exists, right? So do we agree that intelligence exists? And in the 100-degree challenge, I put the definitions of what intelligence is and all of this stuff. So you can see these definitions using public sources, which you will see if you look in Google. The same thing is laid out here, but just connecting these dots that people probably really don't connect. Right? All right, so does intelligence exist? So someone say intelligence exists. Does matter exist? Now, I'm going to go through some of these quick as you can see the details on why. But don't take them for granted because I did have a conversation with somebody that got stuck on 20 degrees as far as matter. They weren't able to differentiate between matter and like what's the matter. And I was trying to explain to them, I'm talking about matter, I'm talking about physical stuff. Nature exists, right? And nature is pretty much anything that is not man-made. So nature, and life. And then this is where I don't get ahead of myself. So then life, human beings, consciousness, and I put lies in there because there are lies being told about certain things. There's a deception that's going on. So I just want people to understand what a lie is. And a lie is an intentionally false statement. So when someone knows something and withholds that information or knows that it's false and intentionally tell you something else in order to probably gain something, that's a lie. They tell you something they don't know, they're just ignorant of it. They intentionally know it. That's a lie. Right? So we're going from lies to death, right? We're just saying all of these things exist. Faith, belief exists. Religion exists. Now, there's two big ones that I'm kind of glossing over. Consciousness is a big one. We're all consciousness, and that's a big leap. There's some people that believe consciousness is just a thing that happens in the brain. It's just an artifact of just a complexity inside of your neural network. But we're going to look at the consciousness and the soul and all of this, but we're kind of jumping over that. And then you have dogma, religion, dogma, faith, belief. All of these things exist. We're not saying one is better than the other or anything like that. We're just saying that these things exist. Now, these things tend to control the doctrine of the soul. Science doesn't measure, right? So when you get to 88 degrees, does the spirit soul exist? A lot of people get caught up in this because some people believe they have a spirit or a soul. They tie a belief system to it. They say, yeah, I believe I have a spirit or a soul. And the spirit or soul is the immortal part of itself, the being part of the human being. They'll admit that they have a spirit or a soul, but then they attach a belief system or a religious doctrine to it. Say, I have my soul, but such and such, or they make it seem like their soul was created imperfectly instead of saying that it was a part of them, right? And this is again based on faith, religions, and dogmas, and there's over 4,200 of them, and most of them probably think they got it right, and the other ones got it wrong. But they still, most of them are built around people that have had these experiences. We still want to go there. These religions are built around them, but they're just normal people like me and you. And that's what we're going to see, that the things that they experience and talk about are normal for us. We're going to awaken to that possibility as we come out of this flux that we're in now. Right? So spirit and soul. And some people will drop off here. Some people will say, I don't believe I have a spirit or soul. I'm just a biological machine. Right? There's some material reductionists that I would stop there. They'll even question consciousness. So not everyone's going to agree with this. I'm just showing you the logic leading to this information. Right? So let's say you are a spirit or so you do agree with that. And now this is the internal part of it, right? So these are the questions, and this is just saying you are not your senses, you are not your body, you are not your brain, you are not your feelings. Feelings come and go, you still remain. You receive everything from your senses. You are not your body. You are not your brain. Now these are things that you have to kind of experience. We're talking about it from an intellectual standpoint. It's also something you have to experience as well. We're just looking at the same reduction of, if we're looking at what you're not, what's left. So if you're saying you're not your senses, body, brain, feelings, then who are you? And you are the spiritual being having human experience. That's the awakening that's happening now. And that is another state of ourselves, having that awareness, being able to manifest that higher aspects of ourselves here in this reality now. So I actually literally create heaven on earth, if you will, because you don't have to fear death because you're in more being, you don't die. That's part of what spirit and soul is. And if you really look into these faiths and these doctrines and these beliefs that add fear or add some type of extra thing to your soul to where it needs to do this or that, to get some love from some other deity, I would question it, especially if they're limiting thoughts. If they're not about liberating you, then I would look at it. Because the whole idea is for you to have this realization of yourself and realize that you're a spiritual being having a human experience. So this is the basics, and I know some people realize this and are moving on to more advanced things, but some people don't really get this type of questioning. In most churches, you're given this doctrine, you're not shown alternatives. There's a lot of information that's behind this, that's under this. We can get into it, but I just want to get this all on networks and just see if I can broadcast live on the week. And yeah, it seems to work. If there's any questions, let me know. See y'all join. Appreciate see Vassetti, Heather, appreciate that. I don't know who's on the live here. Who's on Facebook. But hey, appreciate everybody joining. This was the first, and we on lockdown, but we're gonna still level up. Oh, same touch screen.